2018. A Japanese man walks into an office and pitches his idea for a manga. After being heard, the editor-in-chief says, yes. This manga then goes on to win the next manga award and gets a nomination for the Eisner 2022 awards. In present day, they have then released 14 volumes and has its own anime adaptation, which we now know as Kaiju No. 8. Since it released in the spring of 2024, I wasn't too sure about covering such a recent anime, but it was worth giving it a shot. So again, welcome to Honest Corey Reviews, as I talk about the things that I like, dislike, and everything in between about the show. Then I give it a score out of 10 with my personalized opinion, and just a heads up, spoilers ahead. Looking at Kaiju 8 as a whole, it's about a salaryman named Kafka, aiming to become the joining the Kaiju Defense Force. However, things take an interesting turn when he becomes a kaiju himself. On the surface, it does seem promising with the kaiju-centered narrative, but instead it leads heavily on typical shonen tropes. It's not exactly groundbreaking, and its main selling point, giant monsters, feels more like a side dish than the main course. But first, let's look at its greatest strength, its visuals. Each numbered kaiju that I've seen so far are very distinct and memorable. The action sequences are quick, crisp, and easy to follow around. The camera work is immaculate, and of course the best ones come from the first episode, to really hook in the viewers. Furthermore, I'm surprised but glad the animators didn't shy away from the use of gore. One thing I didn't expect was how funny this show can be. Kafka's interactions with his teammates and the over-top reactions are hilarious. The humor balances out the darker, more intense moments, keeping the tone from becoming too heavy. Comedy is subjective, and Kaiju 8 nails this spot for me. When we talk about the music, this show is extremely daring because it uses English songs. While the opening wasn't exactly my style, the ending is an absolute banger. I already listened to a lot of One Republic songs, so this one's just another one on my playlist. Also, the timing and pacing of the sound and background music are implemented effectively to make some of the scenes much more impactful. Okay, now onto the stuff that didn't quite hit the mark. If we're talking about the elephant in the room, Kaiju No. 8 is deemed to be especially generic, which I agree with. It follows the very typical shonen cliches, which makes the show quite predictable. One way to best describe this is from someone named Anime Prince, which they said, a talentless MC in an apocalyptic world suddenly getting OP monster power and becomes a hero. Wait a second. A talentless MC in an apocalyptic world suddenly getting OP monster power and becomes a hero. A talentless MC in an apocalyptic world suddenly gets OP monster power and becomes a hero. Eren Yeager? Moving on, another issue that I had were the characters and the story. Some of the side characters feel very flat and bland, and the character development feels non-existent. The story is extremely slow, and the logic doesn't seem to make sense some of the times. Like, why is the MC who's like 34 years old act super immature? Why does someone like Reno Ichikawa only have the freezing special bullets? If it's so effective, just give it to everyone else. But here's the thing, you gotta hear me out. The anime has potential. You've got to let it cook. Think about other shows like World Trigger. They took their time to build the world and develop their characters, and I see Kaiju No. 8 heading in that same direction. The pacing might feel slow now, but it's only the first season, so I think it's deliberate. The studio is clearly investing into the long-term run, which is refreshing compared to some rushed adaptations we've seen lately. For everything in between. I know like 99% of the time, the government is extremely corrupt and stupid, but you have to because it's an anime, but still screw the officials. Maybe your character is Soshiro Hoshina because he's so flipping cool with his double swords and ripping through kaiju like it's nothing, like mincemeat and sushi. And I'd rather not watch the first 2 minutes of an episode be like, in the last episode, because it feels like they're doing that intentionally to save money. At the end of the day, Kaiju No. 8 isn't a groundbreaking anime, but it's a solid watch, especially for newcomers. I believe Crunchyroll's marketing team played a huge role into trying to get people to watch the show. Since the hype kept increasing, it just got too many people's expectations up, which hopefully doesn't happen to Dun Dun Dun, which is something I'm looking forward to watching once all the episodes are released. I'm going to give Kaiju number 8 a solid 8 out of 10. It's a great starting point for anyone looking to dip their toes into anime, and it's an enjoyable watch for longtime fans during their downtime. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya!